Hey guys, at the end, spoken label. My friend here is stupendously good, Catherine Holland Dax. Catherine is now going to do chapter one from the Badger Resistance Army. Enjoy it, folks, because it's bloody excellent. Take it away, Catherine.
Thank you. Chapter 1. Otter's Wood. Nims's little brother squealed piteously as he tried desperately to wriggle free from his attacker. Leave him be, Nim barked, but they were already rolling away from her, head over heels down the bank, flattening the carpet of bluebells as they went. Torlin bit frantically at the older badger's neck, but even with his twin sister Mably nipping at her heels, the larger badger was too strong for him to break free. Nim trotted after the black and white tumbling ball of fur, teeth and claws and batted them apart. You play too rough, Mary, she scolded her sister. They're just babies. A blackbird's alarm call shrilled through the woodland, and a gaggle of starlings noisily jostled in their roost above Nims's head. Nim froze. The daylight was fading, and the silvery glow low in the sky made the tree trunks seem more black, more solid than usual. Nim thought she saw something flicker in the shadows, but then it was gone. She lifted her nose to taste the air. Something bitter was on the breeze, and a faint whiff of human. The blackbird shouted again, but fainter this time, as he flew from the woodland towards the human dwellings. The village grew larger every year, creeping closer and closer to Otter's Wood. Unsettling images of falling earth and desperate running drifted into her mind. She shook her head. Her wake dreams were coming more frequently now. Merry, Torlin, and Mably had swapped fighting for grooming, sitting up on their bums and scratching their bellies with their long front claws. Nim was about to join them when she heard something coming fast through the woods. Her hair spiked up and she whipped around as a huge dog fox ran full pelt towards them. She barked a warning. A fox would kill badger cubs as young as Mably and Torlin, but she was a whole year older and could do him some serious harm. She hoped that he would think twice before taking her on. As the others reached the cover in the brambles, she faced the fox and braced herself. Hunters, snapped the fox as he raced past. Nim shuddered. Hunters. She sniffed the air. She knew the scent of dogs well, musty and strong, mixed with the stink of humans. And she knew how dangerous they were, humans and their dogs. Her father, Owain, hated dogs. He said he had good reason. Their mother, Frida, had drilled into them to hide, always hide whenever human or dogs were near. There was only one human that could be trusted by the folk of the field and forest. The rest were to be avoided. Though there was no trace of dog on the air tonight, something did not feel right. It wasn't just the fox's warning and the bitter scent. The birds were unsettled too, and now something was rumbling at the edge of the woodland. Something big. Nim could sense the size of it, as tall as it was wide, and it was moving slowly towards them. Even though Nim couldn't see it, she wasn't taking any chances. Quick, back to the set, she said. Her heart pounded as she chased her baby brother and sister ahead of her. With Merry on her tail, she urged them deep inside the set. As they huddled together in the sleep chamber, their breathing slowly returned to normal. False alarm, Merry said, extracting herself from underneath Torlin and Mably and making for the tunnel. Suddenly, a deep rumbling vibrated the earth around them. Wait, Nim said. What's making that noise? Merry asked. I don't know, Nim said, a sense of dread gripping her as the rumble got louder. She wished her mother was here, but she was away with their father, leaving Nim in charge. It was always her. Merry was far too silly and easily distracted to have that responsibility. Suddenly, Merry yelped in alarm as the ground shook violently and lumps of earth fell from the roof of the sleep chamber. Torlin and Mably's cries of fear were almost drowned out by the roaring above them. Nim didn't know what to do. This was their place of safety, their home, but now it was crumbling around them. Dust stung her eyes, and the loosening earth began to clog her nostrils. Then, Through the dust and debris was a familiar stripy face. Mother! Relief flooded through Nim. Quick, their mother said. We must get out now. She grabbed Torlin in her jaws, dragging him from the sleep den, then pushed him ahead of her back through the tunnel. Nim tried to carry Mably, but she was too heavy and wriggled to be put down. Hurry up, said Merry, bumping into Nim from behind. But suddenly their mother was running back towards them, Torlin hot on her tail, squealing with fright. The way out is blocked, she said. This way. The sound above was deafening, and as they ran, the tunnel collapsed behind them. Faster, faster, their mother urged. Finally, they burst from the set. Nim stumbled, almost overwhelmed by the chaos and destruction that greeted them. Bright lights blazed. Monsters nearly as tall as trees roared and smashed through the woodland. We go to Badger's Bank, their mother called, her voice almost lost in the noise. As her family fled, Nim hesitated at the brow of the hill. She looked back in horror. As mechanical monsters marched on, trees toppled, brambles and bushes were ripped from the earth, bats flew wildly from their tree roosts, and all manner of woodland folk were fleeing for their lives. A tawny owl flew helplessly away as her two owlets, still in their nest, crashed to the ground. And where Nims's clan set had been, the red earth dripped like blood from the jaws of the huge yellow monsters as they ripped her home to pieces. Framed in the glare of the artificial lights, Nim did not notice a man slowly lifting a gun to his shoulder. His finger squeezed against the trigger. Run, Merry barked. As Nim turned to follow her sister, a blast ran out through the woods. A bullet skimmed through the fur on her rump. She caught up with Merry at the woodland edge. But just as they were about to swing right along the human-made track, two more men blocked their path, and they had dogs. We can hide at the bridge, Nim panted, as she quickly changed direction. They splashed through the stream and under a stone bridge, but the sound of barking dogs getting closer drove them on. Without stopping, Nim dashed up the bank and straight across the road.
Fantastic. That was really, really vivid, that was there, Catherine.
Thank
Certainly
you.
do what you did there as well. Reading out. It's interesting with books sometimes. You hear somebody, an author, read out the extract of booklet he did there. You've really brought that to life then, don't you? So have you not been tempted to want to do an audio version of either of your books?
Yeah, because I've been asked, particularly for the Badger one, a couple of people have asked me because they don't read, but they want to hear the story.
Yeah. Well, so I always
Sorry,
say,
but I, yeah, it's expensive to pay for somebody to do it professionally. And I haven't got that kind of money, and I'm not. Although I think I read quite well, it's not quite the same as I don't do the voices, for example. So
no.
I would love to. And maybe I will just record some chapters because some people will like it. But I don't know. I'm a bit torn, to be honest.
Yeah, Amanda.
I'd like it done.
Yeah.
I'd like Stephen Fry to do it.
Oh, who wouldn't? Oh, Stephen, come read my book for free as well. Yeah, there's probably too much swearing in it for you and offensive scenes. No, we'd probably love that. But Amanda, my wife, because one of her books. Oh yeah, she's done a couple of horror books, and I've
Yeah.
got the feeling they made the big horror novel she did. It's on Audible, and it was narrated by, at that point, a 15-year-old girl. And
Wow.
there was all kinds of obscenities and violence in it. And I'm sure it was that book, and she had to get permission off the girl's mum for it.
Oh my
So,
God.
so yeah, but it's Amanda, if I'm
Yeah.
wrong, I apologise, but I'm sure it was. So I'm sure it's one of your zombie books. So, but you do like it. It's like hearing someone do it for you like that is, and if you do go out, no matter how good a job you do yourself. Like I'm an ex-trained actor, so I can use and narrate my own stuff. But when I want to do a full novel, oh God, no.
I
But
know, I know.
either way, that was fantastic, Catherine. I've
Thank
actually
you.
fully enjoyed that today. I've really enjoyed having you on today. Please come back when novel 3 is done. I'd love to have you on.
I
Okay,
would, yeah. I would. I'd be happy to. Yeah, happy to.
brilliant. Okay, folks. Well, that's it for today. As I said before, I've really enjoyed today. We've had some big technical issues getting going, but it's when we got going, did you agree, Catherine? It was worth it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So,
definitely worth it. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely
so
worth it. Yeah.
check the book out,
Thank
guys.
you.
Please do. Okay, folks, that's it for today for Spoken Label. We should be back in, I think, about a week's time. So in the meantime, as Don Callis over at AEW Wrestling says, stay safe, stay over, and we will see you all next